Hey, what's happening? Sprax here. And first and foremost, before we even get into the video, round of applause. Look at me, nice and clean, nice and clean. You know, your favorite black man that lives in a car, and I look good. Anyways, as you see by the title, I'm talking about incels, incel culture, and these alpha male grifters and everything. And usually, I don't even like talk about this type of stuff. And what I mean by that is I'm not really trying to, as I've given this channel some direction finally in like the over a decade that I've had it. I'm trying to make it like my journey and life and everything and whatnot, and slowly escalate it. Like I have some edited videos of like working out and everything else and yada yada, like that are coming down the pipeline now. Like I've gone back into the weed of things after this really bad summer, which I addressed in the last video. So I'm trying to avoid certain things. I don't really want to be like a commentary channel on shit that's going on, because it's like whatever. I have no interest in any of that type of stuff. I know what I want to do here, but it's to the point where I feel like I have to talk about this on like the main video and not like on a YouTube short where I would post it, or even TikTok where I kind of just talk about things and spout my opinions on stuff. And that's mainly because it's getting out of hand. Honestly, it's so prevalent now. If you're on like any type of social media, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. By the way, the name is still Twitter. All right, it's Twitter. It's not X. Nobody's calling it X. Nobody cares what the man-child says. It's Twitter. It's always Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter. Say it with me. Twitter. Twitter. Not X. Twitter. Okay. And when I'm on those platforms, right? Videos that have women in them, and that's like just women that are existing in like life. So what I mean, like say if a woman is clubbing, dancing with friends, twerking, you know, doing anything that might be considered sexual or even secular, non-traditional behavior. Basically non-traditional, I mean, it's just not like being a miserable ass housewife. I've been seeing comments, and I'm not the only one, because people who have been roasting these people in the comments and complaining about like how common this shit is becoming now. But I've been seeing comments that are usually along the lines of something like this.
We're fucked. Fatherless behavior. This is the downfall of society. As an insecure man who has bad social skills and feels intimidated dealing with women, this type of behavior of women just existing makes me feel intimidated.
Now it's that type of shit. And I'm an alpha male. I fall into that category, right? I don't take shit for nobody. I have my opinions on stuff. I stand my ground on things. I will fight you if it comes to it, but I haven't fought in a while. I work out. I did sports and everything. I'm in my normal life, a bit promiscuous, can pull women easily and everything. You know, I fall into that category, and so do my friends. You know, we all fall into that category of, you know, we are what you would call alpha male, and how we exist and like how we are just ourselves. And in the most common talk way to say this, that shit is loser behavior. I'm not gonna get all academic with it or anything. You know, there's other people for that, like FD Signifier or TJ1 and everything. Like, they're for that. I'm not that person. I'm just gonna straight say it. It's loser behavior. As the people that are pushing it are people who have found an audience that is, for the most part, in my opinion, very insecure. Like, there are grown men that are saying that type of stuff, and honestly, you just need to get some bitches. Fuck is wrong with you? But there's also teenagers and young teenagers that are saying this type of shit. Hell, some of them aren't even teenagers. They're like fucking preteens. Like, I'll read the comments and see it, or whether it is on like Instagram or YouTube or whatnot, because people like upload their media, and I'll just click on the profile and let's just go through their media if they have stuff up. And sometimes, you know, it'll be Roblox, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's a child, literally a literal child. I'm like, you don't even have the life experiences to feel this type of way. Now, maybe something has happened in their life, like they had a heartbreak in elementary or middle school, and they haven't gotten over that pain. Right? They don't really know how to deal with their emotions, because that might be their first heartbreak. And unfortunately, the people that push that type of rhetoric, you know, these alpha males, or even these incel echo chambers, that they found that as an outlet, a toxic outlet, but an outlet nonetheless. That, okay, understandable, but that's not good, because it's not a healthy way to deal with emotions or anything. Or in other times, it's just they found something that they thought speaks to them. It sounds good. It sounds tough. It sounds cool. It sounds manly. And it's none of that shit. Now, I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with this. Sleeping with women and all that type of stuff isn't the end all, be all, right? Getting with women, shacking up and all that type of stuff. That isn't that. And I said that to say this. Even living out of a vehicle, I'm getting digits, I'm getting numbers. Women, I'll be out and about and somebody will be like, oh, I think you're handsome or whatnot. That's happened multiple times in the last few weeks and everything, getting contacts and everything. People who I have known know how I'm living at the moment, because I'm very transparent with myself. Like, I'm not really trying to hide shit. This is a choice that I've made, and it's ended up lasting a lot longer than I thought it was going to last, because situations which I talked about in the last video, and it hasn't really mattered because of how I present myself. I am me, I am myself. I'm not faking the funk or any of that type of shit. And these people like Fresh and Fit, Sneako, or Andrew Tate, who I don't understand why anybody would listen to him on how to be a man, because everything he says is wrong. Even how he works out is wrong. If you've done any sport and you're gonna tear some shit copying his fucking workouts, honestly. It's exhausting to see, basically what I'm trying to say. It's incredibly exhausting. And not only is it incredibly exhausting, but the rampant misogyny for those who do fall into the category of struggling to deal with women, or have, issues that they haven't dealt with, and are using that as a way to as an outlet. It's not going to fucking help you. It's going to make it worse. Now you're in an echo chamber of sausages. You're in a sausage echo chamber. What the fuck are you doing? You're in a sausage party. Have you not seen the type of people who say this type of shit? You not go on your forums? I go on those forums. I lurk. It's dicks everywhere. You're just surrounded by dicks. Is that what you want? You just want to be surrounded by fucking dicks? It's not helping yourself. That's what you're going to get. All sausage, no beef. This segment was so stupid. If you really feel that way, understand this. You're removing yourself from the fucking gene pool. Essentially. It's just you're making it harder for yourself to interact with women and get women. But it gets worse again, as I actually dealt with this stuff in person when I was at university. I went to university from at the age of 25 to 30. And being there, I dealt with people who were basically spouting the rhetoric I was just talking about, who fell into all type of the categories. But they were all caricatures though, in their own way. So either it was the person who started working out, and now they made working out their personality. They made the gym, look at my muscles I'm getting and everything, their personality, to the point where somebody like myself, who worked out a lot, was always in the gym, was at that time kind of still doing sports. I'm almost fully retired now and everything. People like me were just like, dude, go away. You're annoying. As well as, you had the gamer who was overweight and doesn't really shower much, or the person who was underweight and might looked fairly normal, but then you started paying attention to their mannerisms and everything, and they seemed kind of sheltered, and they also struggled with women. They were saying that. It was like all the caricatures of, different sides of it, different points of the caricatures were all existed. And it was just wild to see. And in fact, for some of them, the ones that would listen, they would have to get them to settle down. It was like, what are you doing? Like, you see that guy over there who plays Magic the Gathering and is just cool as hell? That man over there is a nerd, and he gets bitches. Easy. He's pulling. He has game. Why? Because he's himself. The other kid who is just a math wizard or whatnot, he has a girlfriend. Like, it was just pointing out like different things. It's like, it's clear this is what you want. Like, you want to be established in a relationship or have the ability to get one, but you're struggling with that. And so you've now have fallen into this audience, this group think, and the people who are pushing it, they've become kind of like your Jesus, your pastors, like your Bible, but it's really not the way. It was a lot of conversations like that. Some I helped, like some friends started going down like the Jordan Peterson rabbit hole and whatnot, and I had to steer them right back. Like, I have more life experience than you. I've been basically living life since I was 14. Come back. I'm gonna save you real quick. That type of shit. And it was just wild. It was incredibly wild. So seeing that, like, in person, having seen that in person, and now seeing it even more on the internet, I don't really have any solutions on how to really stop it other than like call it out. And as I said, there's other people who are way better at speaking on this, like TJ1 and FD Signifier and everything. But honestly, it's getting out of hand. And I understand, like, some of these people, just because they do have muscles and shit, who they are built, like, and you look at them like, yeah, it doesn't mean that even they aren't overcompensating for something. Because sometimes you just have to listen. Just listen. Like, don't look at the image that the person's putting out. Just stop and listen to what they're saying and really see if it makes sense. Because I promise you, for a lot of these people, it really doesn't. You stop and listen. I mean, because of, like, I played football and shit and everything. So I was around all kinds of people. So, yeah, you have somebody who could, like a bench press, like, fucking 350 and everything. But they scare the hoes. They truthfully scare the hoes. And we've been around people like that. So the muscles and all that alpha shit and yah rah rah rah, like, it doesn't really work for somebody like me, because I've been around that type of shit and I've been around real motherfuckers. But for somebody who doesn't know what to look for, I can see how they could get fooled by that. I can see how they could read into that, and they could see the Bradley Martins and everybody and go like, yeah, that person. But honestly, no. And unfortunately, I'm just a guy in a car. So why would you listen to me? That's really up to you. But I'm not trying to sell you shit. They are. I'm just trying to help. And that's really all I gotta say. I gotta get out of here because I got shit I gotta do. Catch you on the next one, which will be about me again and life and type of shit. All right, I'm out.